Hello and welcome back to the channel. So in the previous lecture, we have seen what really is a MapReduce and how it works under the hood for processing your data. But before moving forward to run your first MapReduce job, we have to install MRJob in our Hadoop cluster. So it is not an easy task and we have to run some commands to able to run MRJob in our cluster. So for that, we have to install python-pip by using the command yum install python-pip. But first, HDP Sandbox come with some outdated entries. For that purpose, we have to run this first command. Then we have to install the IUS package because the one which is hosted by Cloudera we are not having access to. So the second command will do that, and then we can install python-pip in your Hadoop cluster. After doing that, we can install the MRJob by using the pip install command. But it has a dependency with the pathlib. So first you have to install the pathlib. Then we can install the MRJob, and then we can install the PyYAML. Here we are using 0.7.4 version of the MRJob because it is more appropriate and will work without any issues if you install HDP 2.6.5 Sandbox. So if you install 2.6.5, these are the all steps you need to install MRJob in your cluster. But if you have 2.5 for that sandbox, I will be giving the commands in the description below. Then we can install our Nano editor, which will make it easier to work with our data files. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing you have to do is boot up your virtual sandbox. So here I have already kept it in a running position because it will take time to load. So just run your cluster and hit pause because it will take time. So here our cluster is in running condition. So for running this command, as we already discussed, we need some terminal to communicate with our Hadoop cluster. For that purpose, we have installed putty in your local machine. So just open putty. So I already saved the session for Maria_dev. So I'll just load it up. So this is the host name Maria_dev @localhost and the port is 2222. Just open it. And you already know the password is Maria_dev. So to successfully execute this command, you have to log in through the super user root account. So to do that, you just give command like su space root. And the initial password for this root account is Hadoop, all in smaller case. And after that, it will enforce you to change your password. So give any password and please remember it or save it somewhere else. After updating the password, just log into su super user as a root account and give that updated password. That's it. So as you have logged in as a root user, you have full privileges here. So as you can see, here is the hash sign, which means that you have the full privileges and we can go ahead with installing our MRJob. But before that, as we already discussed, we have to install python-pip using the yum install command. But before that, we have to run the first command that we just discussed. So just type like yum -config -manager space --save space -setopt. Just look out for the spelling equal to capital HDP -solar, which is SOLR -2.6 -100 .skip _ if _ unavailable equal to set it as true. So just watch again so that you will not make any mistake. Looks good to me. So just enter. Yeah, that's it. Now we have to install the IUS package. So for that, just type like yum space install https://repo.ios.io/ius-release-e17.rpm space https://dll.fedora project.org/pub/epel apple/release-latest-7.noarch .rpm. So just again hit pause and look out for the type error. It looks good to me. So just hit enter. And we'll say yes. And finally we can install Python by using yum install python-pip. So just run this command. You can ignore those warnings there. And we will say yes. Enter. And that's it. Voila. And we are good to go. Now we have to install our MRJob. But before that, we have to install the other packages. So the first one we need is pathlib. So we will just say like pip install pathlib. Enter. And now we can install our MRJob. So to do that, just give like pip install MRJob equal and we will give the version here. So the version is 0.7.4. So we are explicitly giving the older version as it is more compatible with the Hadoop sandbox that we have used, which is 2.6.5. Just hit enter. So that's it. And finally we will install the older version of PyYAML that is more compatible to the environment we have. So we'll go like pip install PyYAML. So just focus on the capitalization. So capital P, small y, YAML in capital equals 5.4.1. So alright. This is all you need to install for running MRJob in your Hadoop cluster. But if you are using Hadoop 2.5, I will provide you all the commands in the description below. So just go through it and comment out if you face any issues. So next we'll install the Nano editor, which will be easier to work with the Python files. So to do that, just give like yum install Nano. Say yes. And that's it. We are set and good to go. Alright, so we have everything we need to run our MRJob. So in the next lecture, we will download the script by using the wget command, which we have seen in the previous lectures. And then we can execute it on our cluster. And then you will realize the main power of Hadoop cluster. So before moving forward, make sure you have installed all the packages and tools required to run the MRJob. So if needed, just go through this lecture one more time and provide the comments if you face any issue. So this lecture was all about installing the MRJob and the required packages to run MapReduce job on our Hadoop cluster. So from the next lecture, we will be downloading and running our first MapReduce job, and then you'll get to know the power of Hadoop. So if you like this lecture, please subscribe to our channel and also ring the notification bell to get the latest updates. And don't forget to follow us on our social media that I have linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.